If you're someone who plans on having a family one day, then you will benefit the most from watching this video. I've always wanted to start a family, and so I was interested to see what my fertility score was if I took a proper official fertility test. So about a month ago, I took a fertility test and the score absolutely shocked me. So to give you some context, a normal healthy sperm count is anywhere between 15 and 200 million healthy motile sperm. My score came in at 294 million, which puts me in the top 1% of fertile men. I was very happy with this result. Obviously, I was shocked by it, but at the same time, it kind of made sense. Since my teenage years, I've always followed a lifestyle that is conducive to naturally increasing my testosterone levels, and a lot of those behaviors and lifestyle improvements overlap with improving your fertility. But you know, sometimes these fertility tests, they just aren't very accurate. So I thought, why don't I just do another fertility test a month later just to confirm that that score is actually correct? And this time, the score was even higher at 514 million healthy motile sperm. And it inspired me to put this video together because if there are some of you out there that are having difficulty conceiving a child, or if you're just a young man or a young woman that wants to improve your fertility levels for the future, then I want to share the lifestyle and environmental factors that I implement in my everyday life that have probably led to my improved fertility results. So today, we're going to cover a few key things that I do that improve my fertility, a few things that I avoid, and at the end, I'll chuck in a kind of a bonus habit that I know other people probably don't implement in their life, but I believe that it makes a factor in improving both my testosterone level and my fertility levels as well. Without further ado, let's get straight into some things that I do that help improve my fertility. The first and most important one is exercise. And I'm talking about exercise with intensity. I've lifted weights on and off for about 7 years, and that kept me in a nice consistent routine of staying healthy. I've also done martial arts on and off for over 3 years. That means 2 to 3 years of Muay Thai kickboxing and now over 6 months of jiu-jitsu. When you're training martial arts, you're training at intensity. You're really going in with aggression. And this aggression directly translates to increased testosterone. It is your masculine essence to go out there and fight and be successful and then go back to your woman at the end of the day. That's how we are built. That's how it's always been. That's how it's always gonna be, despite how some people want to deny the realities of biology.
Men are not meant to be dominant. Men are meant to be submissive.
So make sure that when you train, you want to train with intensity. Something I've always said is repeatedly do the things that make you feel alive. This mantra applies to many things in life, but particularly sports. Find a sport that you can practice, you can train with intensity on a regular basis. And that leads into the second factor, which is maintaining a good body composition, having a high ratio of muscle mass and a low percentage of body fat. You know, when I was like 13, 14 years old, I made a promise to myself. I said, I will always be in good shape for the rest of my life. I don't care what I need to do to make that happen. I will never turn into a fat slob sitting watching TV at home. That will never be me. I will always be in good shape, in good form. When you commit to that, so many things in your life just line up. You feel better, you look better, your life goes better, people treat you with more respect. So following that principle and having a higher muscle mass has clearly benefited me, as resulted in this sperm test score. Now you can probably guess what the next factor is after training, after maintaining a good body composition. It's obviously nutrition. I eat a good balanced diet of meat, vegetables, rice. I try and reduce foods that contain glyphosate, which is a fertilizer that often gets sprayed on vegetables, and also products containing wheat. I prefer to get most of my carbs from clean white rice. I also make sure to eat lots of healthy fats. Besides fish, these might come from nuts, olive oil, and so on. And that way my omega-3 level stays high. That helps you with cognitive benefits as well as physical benefits. But it also means you're getting this good spread of nutrients. You're getting the nutrients from the fish, you're getting the tryptophan from the chicken, you're getting the saturated fats from the beef. And furthermore, I supplement with zinc every night before sleep because that's been shown to really help improve your fertility levels. And if you can get natural sources of zinc, such as oysters, that's even better. Now let's talk about some things that I intentionally avoid because I know they're going to negatively impact my fertility levels. The first thing is plastics in food. I hate the idea of plastics in food and that so much of our food from the supermarket nowadays is packaged in this plastic. A really simple rule to follow: the more soft, the more flexible the plastic, the easier that plastic can transfer into your food. Back in my university days, I was always doing meal prep and then filling some big plastic tub with pasta or chicken or whatever it was I'd cooked. As soon as I found out of the negative effects of plastics in our food, I cut those containers out. I gave them to my housemates, or I threw them away because I didn't want any of that. And I switched to glass Tupperware. You can buy them on Amazon, you can buy them online. This is a standard container, and they often come with a plastic lid, but that's fine because the lid isn't really touching the food. It's just the glass container that's touching the food. And also make sure you're using metal cutlery, you're using china plates, you're not using plastics here and there. If you're using a protein shaker or something that's ever gonna have hot drinks, make sure it's listed as BPA free. BPA is a horrendous plastic that leaches into our food, and it's one of the strongest androgen disruptors out there. So you want to avoid BPA, look for stuff that's BPA free if you have to buy a plastic item. After plastic in food, I wondered if plastic from other sources was also going to have an effect. And actually this year, I was looking into the effects of polyester clothing on our testosterone, on our fertility levels. I came across one study making a link between polyester and fertility. This study was particularly weird. They took like 90 dogs. I don't know why they used dogs as their subject matter. They had 30 of these dogs wear polyester underwear. They had 30 of the dogs wear cotton underwear, and they had 30 of the dogs wear nothing as a control group. And they tested these dogs' fertility before and after, and they found that the dogs that wore cotton underwear saw no decrease in their fertility. They found that the dogs that wore polyester underwear had a major decrease in their fertility levels. And then they took the polyester underwear off of these dogs, and they found in the majority of cases, the dog's fertility level recovered, but in some of them it didn't. Now, this is a weird ass study. What does it mean for you? It means that if you currently wear polyester underwear, polyester clothes, you want to cut that out because you might have done a lot of damage to your fertility, but you should be able to recover that fertility level if you stop wearing the polyester clothing now. You know, this one is a particular shame for me because like polyester clothing, it's the most comfortable. After I read this study, I went and looked in my cupboard. All of my underwear was polyester. My jeans, stretch jeans contain polyester. All the shirts that you train in, particularly in jiu-jitsu or rash guard, that's polyester. I was like, damn, I need to throw out half my wardrobe here. And I went to Sports Direct and bought a load of cotton underwear, and I've been fine ever since. This was about 6 months ago, and I think that change has had a major positive impact on me hitting this super high fertility score that I got last week. Now, what else do I avoid in my lifestyle that might affect my fertility levels? Well, I very rarely, if ever, drink or smoke. Usually, if I want to drink, I don't really do like random Wednesday afternoon at the pub. I prefer to every now and then just go for an absolute binge. So like once a month, go to the club with my friends, drink a whole bottle of vodka, go crazy for one night, and then the next day is like back to normality. That's more fun for me. I prefer the intensity of doing that. I also believe that's a healthier way of partying than having a beer 2-3 times a week, having this constant drip feed of alcohol into your system. Obviously, it would be healthier not to drink at all, but I find it fun to get drunk and hit the club every now and then, and it's good to live a little. The other thing worth pointing out is I've never been a regular smoker. And don't get me wrong, I can count dozens of times when I've been out and smoked a joint or had a cigarette from a friend, but I never made these regular habits that I stuck with. That healthy balance of enjoying it now and then, but not making it a regular daily habit has definitely had a positive effect on my fertility score. Now, I said I would give you my bonus tip that only I do to improve my fertility. Honestly, I was wondering if I should even include this, but I'm committed to being open and honest with this YouTube channel, so I'm gonna share it with you anyway, even if you do think it's a bit weird. When I go and wash myself, I go and shower, I rinse off, and then I use deodorant. But I don't like putting chemical soap on my body, so I don't really use shower gel. Now, this habit started about 3 years ago during the lockdown. I was living in a share house with like 7 other people. One of my housemates, one of the cleanest, most hygienic dudes I've ever met, he casually revealed that he doesn't use any soap or shower gel. And I was like, what the hell, man? That's kind of gross. But he said, yeah, like I don't use shower gel, I just rinse off. I use deodorant. So I was like, interesting. I'm gonna try it for a week, see what happens. The first 2-3 days, it was kind of weird to not use shower gel. By the end of the week, I noticed that I was super clean. Like I didn't smell, my skin even felt better. And actually at the end of the week, I tried using shower gel again and it completely fucked up my skin. Like my skin became dry, it became red and blotchy from the chemicals that I had been using for months and months before. And I was like, holy crap, these chemical soaps, they're actually bad for you because they wash away the natural oils in your skin, the natural oils that keep away bacteria and body odor. So ever since then, this has just been my habit, is that I will rinse off, I use deodorant, but I don't use shower gel, I don't use chemicals. The only exception is if I'm like muddy because I've been hiking or something like that. And I will say I do use shampoo like once or twice a week just to keep my hair nice and clean, but that's about it. Honestly, it's working out for me. I was with my last girlfriend together for a year, and about 2/3 of the way through, she noticed that in the shower, I don't use shower gel, and she was surprised because I was hygienic and I smelled good, and she didn't mind that I didn't use shower gel. That's a summary of some lifestyle factors that I do to improve fertility, some things that I avoid, and I hope this advice comes in handy for you. Let me know in the comments if there are any unusual or effective things that you try to increase your chance of conceiving a child. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.